talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move it to the spare.
Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready.
You ready?
Down. Down.
Are we good? Shooter's down. Are we good to move?
Down. We're good to move. We're
Let's
clear.
move. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head, it's bloody.
So we got to move to the car. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down.
Watch out.
Fight, fight, fight. And that's what we intend to do. And we intend to win this election. I've heard people say that they will crawl over broken glass to vote for that man. I've heard other people say since Saturday, they will not only crawl through broken glass, they will chew broken glass for that man to go cast a vote for him. If that did not touch you, if that did not move you, if that did not realize truly what we are up against, then I don't know what world you've been living in for the past 8 years. That man's opponents, the enemies of Donald J. Trump, not only fear him ideologically, they fear you and me, and they fear the MAGA movement in this country. They truly do. And it is despicable that they go to these lengths to try to take the man out. We're going to get into a lot of stuff this episode. We're going to get into how we got to this point, what it means going forward. But at this moment right now, there is no doubt in my mind that that man has a guardian angel on his shoulder. Through the grace of God, he is still alive right now. That man should be in a coffin as we speak. And he's not. He's about to give what I anticipate to be one of the greatest political speeches we're ever going to see tomorrow night. This is a crazy, crazy time in our country. And he said it years ago, and I believe it now more than ever. They not only hate him, but they hate us. It's not just him, it's all of us. They hate what we believe. They hate what we fight for. They want us to bend the knee to the woke, liberal ideology that tells you that a boy can become a girl, that men can become pregnant, that love is love, that DEI comes above all things, that the color of your skin is more important than the content of your character. These are people that believe that the United States is an evil place. And that man, Donald Trump, disagrees. And so do you, so do I. And that's why we need to support this man more than we have up until this point. It's mind-boggling to see that happen this past weekend. I never thought I would see something like that. I thought we were past the opportunity to try to assassinate a political figure in this world, in this day and age. Thought the technology basically made it impossible. The military force that we have, being the greatest country in the world, having the best law enforcement in the history of mankind, thought it would never allow something like that to happen. But it did. And we all witnessed it. And we all reacted to it in real time. And we're here to break down the aftermath of the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump. And with that being said, I would like to welcome in our good friend, Mr. Ric Flair, because it's showtime, baby.
Showtime! Woo!
So as you guys could tell, we're a little bit more serious than we typically are on this program. Not trying to say there's not going to be a little bit of laughing and grab assing, because when I get together with my pal over there, it's hard not to do that. But honestly, I threw it out there to Juice, and he didn't even hesitate that I didn't really think it was appropriate for the whole welcome theatrics and the tongue-in-cheek atmosphere that we typically open our shows with. We all just saw what happened, as I touched on in my opening remarks there. Historical moment. It's I don't know how else to go there, Juice. I really don't. I haven't seen anything like that since 9/11 is the only other thing I could think of. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Good comparison.
So as I was saying, the first thing we're going to kind of jump into is I want to dig a little bit deeper into what I referenced in the beginning there about Trump having an angel by his side. One of our favorite movies, me and my man Juice, is George Bailey's. What's the name of it?
It's a Wonderful Life.
A Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always call it George Bailey. It's a Wonderful Life, but we all believe in guardian angels. I truly do. I believe that God exists. I believe in Satan, and this man Donald Trump, right here, as you can see, he just lived through what I can only describe as a modern day miracle. Seriously. We think about miracles that we read in the Bible, making a blind man see, turning bread and fish, multiplying it, water into wine, walking on water, all these different things, raising Lazarus from the dead. Those are some of the crazy miracles that we read about in the Bible, and it seems like it's just a story. And I'd like to think that if I witness something like that, how do you unsee that? And I truly believe that we witnessed a miracle on Saturday, and I don't say that lightly. And I was reminded of this by my beautiful wife when I told her that I was kind of thinking along those lines for the episode this week. And to her, I want to give her credit for grounding me and reminding me that for the man who died and his family, it wasn't a miracle for them. And she's right. It wasn't. Somebody lost their life. A couple of other people are seriously injured over it. And Trump basically got grazed on the ear. And I don't understand it all. I really don't. It's I throw my hands up to the Lord, and I can't explain it, but I want to acknowledge that I still do believe that we watched something miraculous happen. What are the odds? What are the chances that he turned his head ever so slightly at the exact right moment. And it is one of those things that if he doesn't turn his head and he does end up assassinated, dead right there in front of our eyes, what happens to this world? What happens to this country right now? I don't even want to fathom what would have taken place. It goes to show that I'm proud to be on the side that we're on when something like this does happen, the attempted assassination, and not a single building, to my knowledge, was set ablaze. There weren't riots in the streets. There weren't people going nuts all over this country like we know would happen if this was on the other way around. And I don't know if I could say that and expect that if he was killed in that moment. I think all hell would have broken loose, and I think it would have been a scary thing to see. So, I honestly I don't know how else to say it other than I think we saw God just doing his thing, doing what he does best for us, and the Catholic Church defines a miracle as a sign or wonder such as healing or control of nature, which can only be attributed to divine power. And I think this is something that I can only attribute to divine power. I don't know what else it would be. I don't know what else to call it. And to not just be super serious about this entire thing, I would like to bring in a movie scene that it made me think of just classic Tarantino. And Juice,
Send
you
the
got
kids
something?
away from the
Oh yes, good point.
audio.
Send the kids. We did not bleep out the curse words,
Send
and
the
with it
wife
being a
and the kids to
Tarantino
bed.
movie,
Yeah.
there's one every
Hide
other.
your kids. Hide your wife.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like I'll talk more about it after the clip. Juice, you wanna bring in what we're talking about?
This was divine intervention. You know what divine intervention is?
I think so. That means that God came down from heaven and stopped the bullets?
That's right. That's exactly what it means. God came down from heaven and stopped these motherfucking bullets.
I think it's time for us to leave, Jules.
Don't do that. Don't fucking blow this shit off. What just happened here was a fucking miracle.
Chill, Jules. This shit happens.
Wrong. Wrong. This shit doesn't just happen.
Do you want to continue this theological discussion in a car or in a jailhouse with the cops?
We should be fucking dead, my friend. What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to fucking acknowledge it.
All right, it was a miracle.
But it really was like, right? He's like, right, it was a miracle.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Just
that's
to
too
shut him up.
perfect. That's too perfect of a scene. It's like gunshots, stop these bullets. Like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, and for those of you who are familiar with the movie and you know where it goes, a lot of people theorize that that's the turning point for the Samuel L. Jackson character. As they go on through the movie, he doesn't stop talking about that and it being an act of God, and he decides to give up the lifestyle that he's living of being a hitman for a gangster. He realizes he's living a terrible life, and excuse me, he wants to do something about it, change his ways, because he realizes he was given a gift by God and he's not going to get a second one, basically. And Travolta's character there brushes it off, does whatever, and later on in the movie ends up getting mowed down by Bruce Willis. And a lot of people say that, if this didn't happen in the timeline of that movie,
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert, Samuel L. Jackson would have been with him still at that moment when he does die, if he hadn't given up the lifestyle, because they were
It's just that movie where it's like, and you will know my name as the Lord.
Exactly. Yes.
But doesn't he shoot a bunch of people after?
Yeah, he's a scumbag. He's a hitman. He just killed people right before that happened.
But this isn't after the revelation.
No, he just says that, and he admits, Well, he admits that that's just some cold-blooded stuff he used to like to say to people before he killed them.
I'm saying that scene happened before he was saved.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I just kept thinking of that divine intervention, and Travolta's reaction of like, you think God came down and stopped the bullets? And I honestly like that picture you showed, when we started talking about this, the angel with the hand on Trump's shoulder. Look at that, the handout for the bullet, and I take it of even helping him tilt a little bit, giving him just that little tilt, and it's just, I'm sure you guys have seen the footage of like the line that the bullet was on in his head, like as he's talking and where
Yeah,
it
they're
should have
getting
been.
more tech and more high tech
It's crazy.
versions of it, and it's more miraculous.
It really
Where
is.
they show it in a different way, or 3D graphics and all this other
Yeah,
AI tech, and like it's getting
exactly.
more. It's getting explained. It's getting more crazy. It's fascinating
Yeah.
to see it broken down.
Yeah. So, and as I alluded to already, we're recording. It's Wednesday night. This episode's probably going to drop Thursday in the morning, but it's going to be before Trump has a chance to speak for the first time in front of an audience again and stuff. And I can't imagine how many eyeballs are going to be on this.
I think it's going to be pretty spiritual. Like, remember that guy predicted this? That
Who?
you seen the guy who like had a clip like 3 months ago? Like, it's like a pastor. Like, oh, Trump
Okay.
will get hit in the ear. He'll fall down, his knees. It'll be like more spiritual. You didn't see this? It's real life.
No.
Like, this dude like actually
Oh, you got to
predicted it.
send that to me.
Yeah, like it's going. It's not even just some weird
Dude,
that
throw
I
that
had.
up in the comments,
Yeah,
Juice.
dude, it's
Put it
crazy.
up there. Yeah, that's wild. That stuff gives you chills, man. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you can go against this guy at this point. So, you got anything else to add to the miracle factor here?
No, I'm to move on.
All right. Now let's move on to how we got to this point. What brought us here? And the second topic is going to be about the dangerous rhetoric that the left has spewed about this man for years now, close to a decade. And it's just vile and nasty. Um, if you want to pull up for us, Juice, this image was out on a magazine cover a week before the assassination attempt, maybe 2 weeks. I believe it was like legit a week though, and that's the New Republic, you know, magazine cover, and they're literally making this man out to be a modern day Hitler, and at some point we need to realize that your words matter. How you what you present to people, it factors into how what people think. Like obviously we're communicating here, we're speaking, we're trying to hopefully influence people's opinions and minds by sharing our thoughts, and that's ultimately what a politician does. Like they're trying to sway people to their side of the argument, and because the left is at an all-time low right now, because their ideas are garbage, because they have nothing positive to say, nothing inspirational, nothing that should inspire their crew, their result to my opponent is Hitler. My opponent's going to end democracy. My opponent is a fascist. My opponent is going to you elect this man, there's never going to be another election in this country. Like they
Who
say
said
stuff
that
like
again? Oh,
that.
De Niro,
Oh yeah, he's
and the worst of all
ridiculous,
time.
ridiculous. And I don't mean to try to justify the fact that some nut job is going to go and take them serious by pulling a trigger, because the only person responsible for that is the man who pulled the trigger. But when you continue to tell sick individuals that their opponent is gonna end their country, they're gonna justify it in their head doing something like this. How many people pose that question to people? If you had a chance to go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you do it? And like people answer that yes, like no problem. And if you could
I think
take
it'll
out
screw
Hitler,
up the timeline, though.
what's that?
It'll screw up the timeline.
I think it would too. And I actually like Shapiro's answer to that, where he took heat for saying no, he wouldn't kill baby Hitler because guess what? It's a baby. I'm not murdering a baby. And you never know. Like, and plus it's a stupid hypothetical anyways, but it's like, I'd like to believe that we all have choices. We all have the opportunity to do what's right and wrong. And as a baby, it's not predetermined that Hitler's going to be Hitler. Like, so no, I wouldn't be on board for that either. But at the end of the day, if somebody told you like you could go back to, before World War II, like right as it's starting, and take out Hitler and the war never would happen, most people would take you up on that. So if you're calling this man the modern day Hitler and you're posing it to people like that, you lose this election and we're never going to have our country again. This is going to be, the 1940s all over again. It's not a surprise that somebody's doing this. I'm more surprised that it hasn't been attempted
Dumbed your
yet.
constituents down already to this, we'll take care of, do everything. And then when you say something,
Yeah.
I might believe it.
Yeah.
I actually feel like,
Of course. I mean, listen to the way they talk about the trans type of stuff. Like, oh, they're trying to erase trans people, right? It's a genocide of transgender people. That's what the right stands for. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Like, you can be trans all you want. Like, we're pretty harsh on the trans community on this show. I still like, if you want to do that, if somebody wants to do that to themselves, I'm perfectly fine with that. Just don't be bringing it into schools.
Yeah.
Don't be teaching it to my kids. Don't be trying to influence little kids into doing the same thing, or even more adults into doing the same thing. If there's always going to be a segment of the population that's into stuff like that.
You don't have to accept it either and play the prone game and stuff too.
No, not at all.
We're not trying to hurt them.
No, I'm not advocating for hurting them at all.
Like the kids alone.
Exactly. But
don't
come into the library reading stories to us.
I'm not playing along with
No. So
keeping it tight.
So my man Juice put together. He dug through the internet to find a montage of what the left has been saying to their supporters about I almost said about Hitler, about Donald Trump being Hitler for the last 8 to 10 years. So Juice, if you got that.
Let's deal with Hitler, okay?
I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that. I mean, that is Mussolini, Hitler-like language.
Trump's affinity for Hitler was always covered under an umbrella of his stupidity.
Echoing Hitler's words.
Listen to this. Well, Hitler was duly elected.
That's right. Echoing the hateful rhetoric of Adolf Hitler.
It echoes Hitler.
That's the kind of language Hitler used in Mein Kampf.
About vermin and Hitler and Mussolini.
That's a horrifying clip. That's a fascist clip.
Just going full on Hitler.
From Hitler's Germany.
We just need to say, for the record, that the term vermin was really effectively used by Adolf Hitler.
Echo dictators like Hitler.
With language evoking authoritarian figures like Adolf Hitler and
Adolf Hitler.
Donald Trump parroted the autocratic language.
Stop more, but
it's mind-boggling. Like, why is that just socially acceptable? I don't understand that.
Dude, it's good to that guy Brian Seltzer again or whatever. That
potato head.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Seltzer.
Did you Stelter? I think.
Oh yeah. I knew it wasn't right, but I'm like,
did you see those dudes?
Seen him in a while.
No, you haven't. But did you see those? The Joe there, Morning Joe guy, him and Mika. They didn't even put them on air on Monday morning.
No. I didn't go back on to either, right?
I don't know. I don't know if they did or not, but I know like it was like, because they don't.
Yeah,
they're afraid that these
trying to take the temper down.
Stupid.
That lasted
Yeah.
long.
No, not at all.
Bring down the rhetoric,
anyway.
right? Take temper down.
Come on,
Everybody's
man.
got the same
Tone it
talking
down.
points.
No, it's all the same stuff. Like, because you know what? Like, you can't sit there in one breath and denounce the assassination attempt, but then in the next breath still tell everybody that this guy's a
they're back to that already,
figure.
though. They're already
But,
back to it.
So if you're back to that, then you should be.
Yeah, no. And then you want them to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. You say,
or worst case, maybe you're a part of it.
Maybe they are. So it's
or
just
like Kamala being like, me and Doug are so we said a prayer like dude, one, who cares about Doug, the first whatever he is, the first gentleman. I mean the second gentleman.
The second gentleman.
Or whatever, right? First lady.
Her name goes first on the Christmas card, right? From Kamala and Doug.
Yeah. But yeah, like don't say just don't say anything. If you're gonna go back to the same stuff tomorrow.
Exactly. He's not. Is he a threat to the democracy, or is he just a threat to your power? Like, there's a difference there. He's a threat to you being in control, which is fine. Like, that's what politics is. Like, you guys think your ideas are better than his. He thinks his ideas are better than yours. But don't fool people into thinking that he's gonna end our country. Like, that's just wild.
Yeah. One, it's some people consider what to do better than what you want. You know. Different. Yeah. We've never been more guarded what people want. Sure.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean you can't have chance to vote in 4 years.
No. It's just complete scare tactics. And it's just horrible. So you remember, Juice. I've been saying it since day one on this show. Since you've been here for every episode, my friend. We're on 87 now? You've been here for the 86 prior episodes, and I feel like it's a theme I've gone back to a lot, but I said it already on this episode. It's not just him that they hate. It really isn't. He might be on their spinal tap 11 on their hatred meter, but I remember a time when I first started paying attention moderately to politics when they were telling me during George Bush's reelection, the W's, and they were calling him Hitler. I remember hearing that. I swear to God, I do. Nazi. That's the type of language they used about him. The president unity we have in there right now, Joe Biden told a group of people that Mitt effing Romney wanted to put black people back in chains. So it's not just Trump they talk about with this language. They all talked about how dangerous DeSantis was during the Republican primaries.
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay, Bill. And now that Trump picked a 39-year-old rookie senator who's hopefully going to be a force in the Republican Party for years to come, they're already playing the same game the way they described J.D. Vance. And I think we have a nice little clip of Van Jones talking about just how dangerous J.D. Vance is. And
they were just going to put in whoever the VP picks here in name.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Name?
Yeah, they add a little extra, details, about how young. Yeah. But like they would have to at least eat up either way.
You know what the danger of him is, Juice? That he has an R next to his name. That's why he's dangerous. So let's see what they had to say about future Vice President Vance.
Part of the reason that J.D. Vance matters isn't for these kind of short-term electoral calculations. He matters because of what he means to the Republican Party long-term. This is cementing a kind of nationalism. Yeah. Now, Trump, to your point, I agree with you. He's an instinctive, impulsive, intuitive nationalist. J.D. Vance is an ideological nationalist. That's a much more dangerous virus because he can polish this stuff and make it seem palatable to people. He can sell this stuff to Silicon Valley. He can sell this stuff other places. And what it does is it locks the Republican Party on a pathway that I think is dangerous for the world. Again, the Ukrainians are now in deep trouble. NATO is now in deep trouble. Trump he could have gone with a Nikki Haley and signaled to the world, hey, listen, I got to give stuff to my base, but I'm not going to abandon the world. This pick is a horror on the world stage. So J.D. Vance matters because Donald Trump is pointing the Republican Party in a very scary direction for the long term.
Scary because they're gonna win long term. They're not just gonna be your stepchild.
What's crazy is he's gonna be able to make this more palatable. Like this crazy, like security, economic disparity. Like you're gonna make this stuff palatable to the Silicon Valleys.
Oh, he has a vision for the country and he can explain it well.
Yeah,
like he can advocate for his position to people on Silicon Valley. He can resonate to regular normal people.
And he was like these scary things he can help resonate.
Yeah,
the message isn't
like what is so dangerous about that. It's like they're okay with the Republicans who are content with being second place, just happen to be there in DC with you guys. And that's what I think of with Nikki. She's the socially acceptable Republican, the one who you can say, at a dinner party, oh, I'm a Nikki supporter, but you wear a hat like this one, like then I can't even be seen with this guy.
You're a MAGA Republican.
Yeah, like come on. You don't like any Republicans, but you don't mind the ones that kiss your ass a little bit, happy to put up a moderate fight and ultimately lose to you. And as long as they have a seat at the table, you just don't like people that play to win.
You were talking about Bush earlier, and
yeah,
this quote there. Remember, he's like, "Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Try not, don't fool me," or something, right? You ever when he like messed up?
Because he that sums him up in a nutshell, right? He's like the dude from Back to the Future. Make like a tree and get out of here. Oh, I love it. All right. Where else are we going? Juice.
How Trump's just in the way. They really us.
Oh, wait a minute though. Did you have anything about no, we got JD Van. Oh yeah. I almost forgot about President Unity there and some of his rhetoric that he spews about the MAGA party, the MAGA Republicans,
they are,
and how much of a threat, and the rhetoric that came from this man's mouth for the past,
This is all from that one day. You'll remember it. I'll put a little short because it's non-stop. But that speech is in the red background.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
When the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger.
Bring down the temperature.
Yeah, bring it down, man. Flanked with the Marines behind you.
Yeah.
Blood red image of Independence Hall.
Since when don't the MAGA Republicans like the Constitution? He's like, MAGA Republicans hate the Constitution.
Yeah.
No one said that.
No. They drape themselves in Constitution.
Yeah.
They got Constitution clothing and pillowcases. And
read that for breakfast. At breakfast.
You kidding me? I might chew a piece of it for breakfast too, Juice. Don't sell them short on that. Crazy.
But yeah,
it's
more of that rhetoric, the dangerous rhetoric.
Exactly, but it's all projection. And again, I was talking with Ashley about it today, and everything they say about us, everything they talk about us trying to do is really what they're doing. They talk about they don't want to accept elections. That's them. They don't believe in the
hate the
Constitution. That's
Constitution.
them.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
you know what I mean? But they try to sell it.
Dangerous, like,
Yeah, very
violent.
dangerous.
That's
These people,
them.
they don't respect the Supreme Court. They agree with the Supreme Court when they rule in their favor. When they don't rule in their favor, they want to expand the Supreme Court. They want to AOC trying to impeach them. The what?
They try to like murder Kavanaugh.
Yeah, they try to kill Kavanaugh. It's just, it's mind-boggling.
I need to get a buzzer when you're that. Ding ding.
Oh,
mind-boggling. Yeah,
one of those. Oh, kill Kavanaugh, kill Trump.
No, I meant
after Alito.
I meant mind-boggling that you say that will.
Sorry.
Mind-boggling. Ding. But everything is so like it's so.
No, what was the one Mr. XXXL used to like?
I love that. Society?
No, Mr. XXL loved the absolutely ridiculous. No, absolutely absurd. So crazy. All right, let's keep this thing tight. Let's keep it moving, Juice, and slide into
tight, but yeah, let's keep it going.
No, let's slide into the third aspect of what we wanted to talk about here tonight. Simply put, Trump's a badass and Biden still sucks. So, nothing speaks to Trump being a badass more than the image my man's going to pull up on the screen for us here. And that's just an iconic image already. It's going to go down.
A statue. Should be a statue.
It should. Yeah, you're right. Like how perfect is that?
Let's wait till we get in power before you make that one, because they'll take it down. They take all
they probably will. Yeah,
they're gonna take George Washington down. They'll take it down.
Crazy. So, I think that Biden pitched himself as a unifier from day one. That was his whole thing. He got people to vote for him. He got people that were, kind of more moderate, people to vote for him, thinking that, if Trump wins a re-election, exactly, the adults will come back to the room with Biden. It'll be business as usual. They're not great, but at least it's not like in your face, like blah, 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 like it's been, and it'll just bring the temperature down. That's what they thought with this guy.
They'll win 80 games, something,
Exactly. Nice solid. You know what? I never thought of it this way, Juice. You'll pick up on it as a lifelong Bruins fan. They looked at President Biden as like a perfect, like Jacob's family Bruins team. Not going to go on and win a cup, but happy to get one round, get a couple gates in the playoffs and call it a year. They're not going to stink
Reggie
the joint
up.
Yeah. They're going to sell out. People will come to the games. They're not going to be a laughing stock, but they're never going to do
put
enough.
A couple big buddies out there, like the balcony fans, the beer guys happy.
Yep, exactly. And we'll get into the playoffs at least, get a little buzz going, couple extra games worth
losing
of
5
sessions, and that's about it. Call it a season. Do it all again next year.
Two home playoff games to get you.
Exactly. Just to get you to renew on those season tickets or something, right? You're a former season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
You remember. And they bill you for them like immediately. As the playoffs start, you get billed for them.
You can't even get excited if it's in the playoffs. They're already right in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, round 1, we'll bill you for the 4 rounds right here, right now. And then
give you refunds.
If they lose in 1, we're not even going to give it back to you. You want to just roll that into your next year?
Yeah. Well, that we have it. And you're renewing after all. First pay due in like a month.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what they thought. And, we went back and grabbed a clip of Biden talking in his first address to the nation after he was sworn in. And sounds well and good if the guy actually acted on any of this, which he didn't. So what do you have to say, Juice?
And let's see. I think the clip, see if more could speak better.
Oh, he definitely he looks 10 times better. And this was like 3.5 years ago.
History, faith, and reason show the way of unity. We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors. We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage. No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge, and unity is the path forward.
Like, I still don't see how people like voted for him, just like policy and stuff like that. But there's no way you can vote for him now. Like, then it's like, all right, he can at least speak.
Yeah, he can deliver a message.
Imagine vote for this one. Like this current iteration of it.
Not at all. Not at all. That's like night and day, those people, right?
I know.
It's wild. And I don't know about
you.
you.
Imagine another half months.
I know. Seriously.
How bad this progressing thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's not, even if
sad, but
if he wins somehow, like there's no way he's going to be able to give in January, give an address. Like he'll already be resigning by the time he takes it over and handing it over to laughing Kamala. I don't know about you, but right off the bat, that like my blood like boils listening to that. That guy sits there.
That it was all this from the beginning.
But dude, these are your friends, your neighbor. Treat each other with dignity and respect.
Exactly. Yes.
Has that guy treated any of us with dignity and respect over the last 3.5 years? Anybody who thinks the way me and you think, he's treated us with absolutely no dignity. Enemy. He's treated us as threats to this country. Absolutely ridiculous.
Muggling.
It really is. It really is.
No, there's not.
It's an insult.
Yeah.
It's an insult. It's a slap in the face. And it sounds all well and good. It really does. That's something you want to hear from a president. And that's great. But your words ring hollow based on the actions that you've taken.
Dude, he was like connecting with the room, like, look over here, look over there, saying sentences. It was easy to see that.
Not now. Saying sentences.
Do you know what I mean? No, like he was doing complete sentences.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like actually, you kind of
giving a speech as a career-long politician who knows how to deliver a speech. The basics of his job. But I want that to be on your minds, like, too, everybody out there. Like, honestly, like the 5 people out there, I want this to be on your minds when you hear Trump speak Thursday, because from everything we're hearing, like he completely rewrote his whole speech and he's going to be focusing on unity. That's going to be his theme here. And I bet you he's going to say some similar things to what we just heard from Biden there. But my bet is that this man is a man that's going to follow through on it. I do think he's a man who knows how to bring people together. I think that guy was the toast of the town his entire life until he got into politics. He was beloved by the rappers out there. He was beloved by the Hollywood movie industry, Hollywood TV show.
And he still is that person, and that he is connecting.
That's what I'm saying.
People again, like he's so bad that you couldn't, and now it's like, oh, this other thing got so bad that. And one, this guy isn't so bad. He was our guy anyways before. Yeah. Welcome to come back. You know,
exactly.
People make
like he's not that type that, like, it's weird because he's the brash, loudmouth New Yorker that he is, like, but he clearly isn't a man who holds a grudge. Like, he talks some shit, like, better than anybody I've ever heard, but he welcomes everybody right back in, right? Like, Ron DeSanctimonious, not so DeSanctimous anymore. Come on in,
don't
Ron.
Call that. I wasn't making him his VP, but also
but
the Big Tent. They love talking about
exactly. He's not like Ted Cruz. Those two were the last two standing in 2016, and now they're buddies. He doesn't hold a grudge, and I think that's a huge quality. better than I can do. Like, tell you that much. And hopefully that's going to be on full display going forward here. And
Yeah,
it
you
might
can
be
have
something.
differences of opinion on issues and stuff, but that doesn't mean holding a grudge. Like you can
No.
still, unite
Exactly.
this, not hold a grudge. Hey, we're still
Exactly
gonna follow through with these policies.
And to be honest with you, like, it's kind of obviously it's something we learned to love with like Trump. The little nicknames, the name calling, the stuff that he gets on people, it's hilarious. It's what makes him him. But like, I don't think he takes that stuff personal either. I don't think it's like, meh, whatever. Like, yeah, okay, I called you a goofy name. Like, whatever. Come on over, pal. Like, I think that's okay.
Get over here, laughing, comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Sanctimonious with the yeah. You think?
Yeah, got those boots on. Hey, pop on another couple inches there. Come on up to my level.
Maybe you would have sort of something.
Oh, I love it. All right. So, do we? What do we have there? Do you have a clip of him, or we already played that one?
We played the full thing at the beginning.
Okay,
but I just had that fight again. I can watch all day.
No, because I lost where I was going for a sec, but it's because I think what we just saw sums up the difference between the two men that we have to choose from here big time. And with Trump being a badass, Biden just completely sucking. I think the clips we're about to show you sum this up perfectly. And we'll start with Trump being a badass. And there's nothing more badass than what is coming, but you can't help but want to see it again. So, Juice, you want to give us how much of a badass our man Trump is?
Watch out.
Wait.
And he's like, I got to choose before that, right?
I mean, we talked about it on the show recently, right? All I could think of was Saul Rosenberg again.
My shoes in my. Wait, I gotta get my shoes and do a fight.
But like, I just that's mind-boggling to me. I can't imagine what it would feel like to know that. No, think about what it would feel like to get literally shot at by a sniper, like trying to end your life. Misses, hit your ear, and your first instinct isn't to just like roll off the stage there and just stay down to the ground and get the hell out of there. Like, this guy's instinct is like, wait a minute, get off me. USA, fight.
Yeah, it gives you the chills.
Are you kidding me? Like, balls of steel right there. Again, it's like I want to run through a brick wall for that guy. Crazy.
And then there's this other guy.
What's this other guy got for you? I don't think we put enough focus on it the original time around either. Maybe I did because it's a pet peeve of mine. Wearing a helmet. You're a grown man, dude. Like,
growing on like a path, like a cage path or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're not biking through downtown New York there, like a bike helmet. The day I wear,
but the thing is, dude,
he
needed it. That was for big protection.
He definitely needed it. Oh,
big bike.
Wow,
loved that.
Nothing says tough to Putin, Xi Jinping, Rocket Man. Nothing shows tough to those guys like wearing your bike helmet.
Speaking of Putin, I got another clip of
what do you got?
Another candidate here.
I hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
President Putin.
President Putin, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
from the other unity thing
Yep.
where he was actually speaking, saying sentence,
Saying
and like
sentences.
saying that in 3 years.
It's
He
crazy.
does that every day. He ain't carrying a bike.
Crazy. Yeah, wild. So, I mean, it's just how it's no choice whatsoever. It's purely partisan hack nonsense. If you vote Biden over Trump, there's no way. Like those are your choices. You can say you don't like the choices. Hey, I'm only allowed between two people, whatever, three if you throw in RFK and and whoever else. It might be five on there, right? Because of like the Green Party or something.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a limited amount of choices, I don't care. You can't pick Biden over Trump. Sorry, you should be mad at if you're
I
a
feel
Democrat.
like it's Trump for abortion. I feel like
yeah, that's the way people are looking at it.
Or
just,
climate,
no matter what. No, I'm just Democrat no matter what. Like, and people have said,
yeah.
I'd vote for an earn.
Grandmother's done it.
Yeah. And it's
like
an
earn voting for an earn.
Yes. But it's like be more pissed at your own party for going along with this nonsense, you know, because it's just a joke. So, all right. Let's shift things in. Let's shift things into the final segment of the night. It is our time where we pick a clip of somebody doing something, saying something so absurd, so ridiculous that even though we're going to kind of rip it apart a few minutes, make fun of them, there's not much else we can say except, come on, man. Perfect. That's all we're going to say to them. So with this being the assassination attempt episode, we have to stick on topic. And what we're going to do is basically just kind of riff on the failures of the Secret Service in this whole ordeal. Absolutely absurd, ridiculous, despicable, something that, you know, is just totally unacceptable. And the clip we have is of
so bad that seems intentionally malicious.
100%. And
like inside guy or didn't for that post and you know, we can play the clip first, but
I'll
fire it up.
All right. Yeah, let's hear from the guy that was live, kind of breaking down what he saw. And it just goes to show just how bad of a failure it was by the Secret Service.
And I can't believe if this was real here, Kaiser. So let's give it to it.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking.
I know one thing that stood out to me. It's not really much to do with what the guy was talking about in the clip, but from the images we saw there, you can't help but notice the people who took out the attempted assassinator, the gunman, the one who took out the gunman,
the assassin,
the assassin,
the assassinator.
The assassinator.
See you later, assassinator.
Oh my goodness. They were standing on a slanted roof, Juice. And why is that important?
Yeah, because they said, first they said that was the other branch was supposed to cover. That was somebody else's post. It wasn't within our jurisdiction. And then they said, oh, it was too slant of a roof. And they were the exact same slant. It's like the same complex. Same builder built
of a roof to safely put somebody up there. we stationed our men inside the building. Are you kidding me?
Where's too? Like
There's like 3 roofs around that place. That's it. It's not
Yeah,
like
that's why I'm saying, like, one thing to I mean, they should have made it look better, but I think it's intentional. Let's just try to take them out. So I say on guard because this one didn't work or whatever. They'll poison or something next. Like, not
the
over.
problem is they only have themselves to blame for how bad they've been, and for people to say that it's an intentional thing, because we don't trust our institutions anymore. We don't trust the FBI, who told us about Russia, who told us about a Steele dossier.
And they're looking into this. Don't forget.
Exactly. So
they're
it's like, we really trust.
We get down to the bottom of that.
Yeah, 51 intelligence agent experts signing off that the laptop was classic Russian disinformation. We trust you people to tell us to look into the failures of people on your own side, people in government agencies like yours. Like, you're gonna blow the whistle on them? No, I don't trust that at all.
And Mayorkas?
No, not at all. And this is like a perfect example of something Trump said during the debate against Biden, where he's like, this guy doesn't fire anybody. This guy has no accountability. Is anybody going to lose their job for this? And the answer is no.
Only one they fired was dog guy who stole luggage. Sam.
Yeah,
that's what you have to like steal luggage at an airport for females luggage.
Yeah,
be walking around on a dollar. Actually,
but it took like two thefts for him to get fired. Like, are you kidding me?
And if like he's a nuclear expert or something,
yes,
the nuclear waste disposal guy.
Crazy.
And that also explains the DEI stuff. Also explains the stuff.
Of course, it's just mind-boggling. And and your boy Biden said something about, oh, I haven't been able to talk to the guy yet, right, in charge of the department. They were like, oh, have you talked to the head of the Secret Service yet? Oh, I haven't spoken to him. It's a female.
We don't know her pronouns, though, so he might have.
Oh, I guess we shouldn't assume those, huh?
I haven't spoke to them yet.
I have. They should have went with that as his defense. Oh, it's crazy. So, I don't get it. It's either malicious intent or extreme negligence. And either way,
and
people need to go because of this.
And what she's answered a couple, like, had to sit down or something. Neither on like a briefing, full presser.
Oh yeah,
like Mayorkas, DHS covers Social Security, Secret Service, and she's the head of, I don't care, joint presser or two seconds. With questions, answers, what's the update? What they're hiding.
Yeah,
which makes
people have a right to know.
Worse, dude. Yeah, people have a right to roll, and this and this is more guilty by not being forthcoming.
Exactly, 100%. And to what you already kind of mentioned is their original thing was what, that someone called out sick. They didn't have the manpower.
Oh yeah. Understaffed. Or this was part of. I don't know which one came first. It was part of the local enforcement. This
that was their area.
Nobody showed up. Like, they said that one actually, I think is still legit. That somebody just didn't show up to the post. Which, but still, if somebody doesn't show up, somebody else has to cover it.
You don't notice that? Like, what's going on? And I hate the one thing.
Planted somebody up there.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I kind of heard it going around at first and was like, oh, that seems a little weird and sucks, but I didn't really like question it. And I wish I did. But they were trying to say that, like, oh, you have to wait to engage with the person. And that's just BS. Like, you don't have to wait to engage. The
guy has a gun pointed at the president.
Yeah, you can take him out. So that part of it was just
they have to fire. Yeah, saying they have to fire the first.
Yeah, like, why? It's too late at that point. They fire the shot. He's done. Okay, like, he doesn't care.
Don't want to fire the first shot because his life's kind of over if you like kill an innocent person.
Yeah,
but like, there's no way somebody laying on roof near a president with gun.
No.
Not on your team. Like,
no. Crazy. So these people are just incompetent at what they do. It shows you exactly what's wrong with DEI. Everyone's been ripping the agent, the female agent there who couldn't holster her weapon.
it was the same as Miss Melissa McCarthy or something.
Oh yeah. I was hearing
I saw
Marla
DEI
Hoops,
the other day, and she's like in a James
the
Bond
Halloween costume.
No,
Right? The
James
DEI.
Bond movie.
Oh,
DEI
okay.
another
Okay.
DEI another day, another day.
Yep.
And
Die
then
another
like
day.
her
I
on a
like
movie
it.
put.
Yep.
But shout out to people who were there was people still jumping on. People did their job, and it was
Of course. And honestly, there were 3 prominent females like right there on stage. One of them was badass. Like one of them was like little blonde girl, and she's small though. That's the problem. And
You're not
Trump's
going to
huge.
protect. You might even not protect a shot to the heart. And
No, I know she's too short for that, but she was like a badass. She jumped right in there. She was
Yeah,
on it. She
exactly.
was there.
But
and she brought him right to the car and stuff. So like she was like fine, but the other 2, the one who couldn't holster, and there's another one there.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, what are we doing?
Is yours the one who put her glasses on afterwards?
Yeah.
That's not something but like.
I don't know, dude. I thought she did good. Like she got him into the car and stuff. She was fine. But
yeah, like there's people that did their job, but bigger than that. Like, you know what I mean?
And I don't even have a gripe with the people
who did do their job.
Those agents who actually like jumped into action. I don't have a problem with like what they did. It's the higher ups. It's the people who were planning it. It's the people who were mapping it out in advance. It's when you hear things like they knew there was a suspicious dude walking around
for 30 minutes,
3 hours before Trump went up there. Like somebody spotted him.
I know, but yeah.
And you still put him up on stage. Like
dude, that makes me think like say like in a worst case scenario is like there's an inside man.
I mean,
at a thing that happened.
I mean, well, when the people who control the government right now continue to tell you that he's a threat to the entire fabric of our country, tell you that he's
did you kill a Hitler baby?
Exactly. Like, and those are the people
Would
that
you drop a Hitler off a slope.
I mean, but that's what they like. Those are the people that are leading the government right now. So I don't put that off the table. Like, when we were talking pre-show, like you're like, oh, whatever, conspiracy theory type of stuff. I don't want to get bogged down in it, but like I'm kind of going that way too. I agree with you on that, man. And I don't know if we can completely flesh out everything we think on our show here, but it's like nothing's off the table in my mind.
Because they do a press conference and give you any type of update.
Exactly. It's like I wouldn't put anything past these people. They're vicious people. And I don't mean to be doing exactly what I'm accusing them of doing, but it's like, it seems like they're malicious at the stuff they're doing. They say things for a reason with a plan in mind, with a goal in mind.
This has been said. After this, riots didn't happen.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't put really anything past the people that are at the highest, powers of control on the left. I really don't. Yeah. It's the boogeyman for a reason. So you have anything else to add about the joke of a Secret Service right now?
No, I was going off there. I feel I got it all off my chest.
I love it. So Secret Service higher ups, the head of the Secret Service, whoever he is, you guys have all earned yourself one big fat classic.
Come on, man.
And that'll do it for today's episode. Thank you for hanging in there with us tonight. I know we still had a little bit of fun where we could, but I truly appreciate giving us a forum and an opportunity to share our thoughts on what just happened. It's, again, like I said, something I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like that before in my life. I know there's people that are a little bit older that do remember times where Ronald Reagan got shot. There might be, President Biden remembers where he was
when you're just trying to impress Helen Hunt or whatever.
The what?
The guy who shot Reagan was just trying to impress Jodie Foster. That's why he did it.
The nut job?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know you were trying to go on it and been it tight, so go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Put in the comments. I said Helen Hunt.
I never thought I'd really like witness something like that. I really didn't. I thought the security was too good in today's day and age for something like that to actually happen. I thought it'd be put out before, like the fire would be put out before it had a chance to ignite, and it clearly can still happen. And it's scary. It's not fun to see. Really puts things into perspective.
And it was
for you.
Someone lost their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Needlessly. And it just goes to show that, there's a reason why we talk about these things, because it truly is important. And it really is,
mind-boggling. It really is.
It is mind-boggling. I'll leave with this. I know we want to wrap it up, but another brilliant point. I know I've talked about her a lot this episode, but my wife, Ashley, said something to me when we left church on Sunday, and it stuck with me since. But this is not a 100% one way or another. Both sides do go to church. I completely believe that. But she said, wow, like, the day after all this happened, we went to church, we left. The priest said something, read a statement from the cardinal about the assassination attempt, and she just said, how many people on our side of the aisle that vote the way we vote are doing what we just did, going to church today, versus how many people that are voting the other way on the other side of the aisle? What are they doing on a day like today?
Whoa, Ash, we're trying to turn the temperature down.
It makes you think. It's true. And not to say that there's not church-going Democrats, because there are. But to me, truly, if you're buying into the message you're being told, if you're listening to God, if you're following Jesus, if you're truly believing in that stuff, there's a lot of things that the left condones and supports that it's really hard to go along with if you're a true believer. So, not everybody's there yet, and I acknowledge that. I would like them to get to where we are. Hopefully they can, but the guy we want had God on his side on Saturday, and I know we have him on our side, and he's there for everybody. We just you guys need to embrace him out there, and it's great. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks
for having us.
The Right and Wrong Show is produced by Juice. Executive producer, Juice. Audio mixer is Juice. Hair by Skull Shavers. Wardrobe and makeup by Ashley Ruka. Right and Wrong song created by Juice. The Right and Wrong Show is copyright 2022 from Brian Ruka.